Hello and welcome to Supply Chain Short Takes, a brief discussion with an industry expert on important issues affecting supply chain management. I'm David Maloney, the Group Editorial Director at DC Velocity. Joining me today is Max Campbell. He is the National Sales Director for Aero Attachments, which is a PartsASAP company. Max leads the sales, customer service, and product management teams for Aero and works with marketing, engineering, and production folks to help build the brand. Welcome, Max. It's good to have you with us today.
Well, thank you, Dave. And first of all, I want to compliment you and the team at DC Velocity. You guys always do a fantastic job of bringing new ways to bring information to our industry. And these short takes are just another example of that. So thank you.
Thanks, Max. That's very kind of you. For those who are not familiar with Aero, can you share a bit about your company and its role in the supply chain industry, and also talk a little bit about your partnership with the German manufacturer KOP?
Yeah, absolutely. So Aero material handling, Aero attachments has been around since the 60s. We manufacture and distribute all different types of hydraulic and static attachments for both the construction and industrial markets. Primarily, though, our focus has always been on forks for skid steers, telehandlers, and wheel loaders. We spent several years looking to partner with a company or find a way into the hydraulic attachment world for forklifts. In 2019, we became familiar with a company called KOP. They're based out of Germany. They started as a blacksmith shop before transitioning into manufacturing hydraulic forklift attachments in the 1960s. They have a very strong global presence, particularly in Europe, Asia, Australia, but they never really had a strong presence in North America. And so again, in 2019, as we became familiar with each other, we decided that a lot of our ethos were in line and decided to form that partnership. And we now represent them as the exclusive distributor for the US and Canada.
That's great. Both of us were at the MODEX show last month or in March of this year, and you had an exciting brand new product that you were showcasing there. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Dave, absolutely. The MODEX show was fantastic. You know, we got to see a lot of old friends that we had, but the attendance was such that we got to meet a lot of new people as well, which was great. So we highlighted basically the full KOP product line, which includes rotators, multi-pallet handlers, side shifting fork positioners, so on and so forth. But our featured product there was our clamp with smart load control. And what smart load control is it eliminates operator damage from over clamping without any operator intervention and without any regular calibration.
Max, is there any kind of special plumbing or wiring or sensors that are necessary in order to be able to install that kind of a clamp on a forklift?
None. That's what makes this product so special. We need 24 volts of power from the forklift in a regular hydraulic connection. The install process it's very similar to that of a regular carton clamp. So very easy, nothing extra, nothing special, nothing.
And of course, companies use forklifts for all kinds of things, moving cement blocks to potato chips or something, and they both require kind of a different pressure. So how does the operator actually set that pressure for the correct kind of product that they're moving?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's no operator intervention. The operator doesn't have to press anything. They don't have to touch anything. They don't have to do anything. Experienced operators love it because they don't have to feather down the hydraulics to pick up different types of loads. New operators, they love it because they can run like an experienced operator with minutes of training. And then, of course, management loves it because we're eliminating that damage from over clamping.
Now, of course, you're using a clamp and you're driving all kinds of surfaces within a facility, maybe even outside. You've got to go over dock plates and very rough surfaces. So how do you prevent potentially dropping that load?
Yeah, so that's all built into the clamp itself, and that's what makes it so special, or I guess another thing that makes it so special. As the arms come together, the increased pressure from touching the product itself, it's minor increase of pressure, but it knows through microprocessors. As the arms come together, it triggers a fractional lifting motion. So it goes up just fractional amount of inches. It's not visible to you, the naked eye. You can't see it. And what it does is, after it lifts it, it determines the minimum amount of pressure required to lift that object. Okay. And so it then stores that extra pressure in a vertical cylinder and can readjust as you're going over these bumps, as you're going over these dock plates, as you're driving through warehouses. So it's always going to have control, and it's always going to be applying that minimum amount of pressure that it takes to lift the item.
Yeah, that sounds like a great technology. And you mentioned that you were at Modex, you had some new technologies to show. Do you have any others that you'd like to share that are new to the market?
Yeah, always, you know, COP and innovation go hand in hand. So they've got 30 design engineers on staff at their headquarters in Germany, focused on not only improving their current product offering, but also developing new lines. Key initiatives for them right now, and obviously include electric attachments, electrically operated attachments, particularly for AGVs and electric forklifts. They've got probably the most advanced line in the world as it comes to electrically operated attachments. And then, of course, Aero and our background in the construction industry, we're evaluating how we can use a lot of these hydraulic attachments in that market as well. But you know, we can save that for a future conversation.
That sounds great. If someone wanted more information about some of the technologies that you've talked about today, where can they find that?
Absolutely. You can visit our website, Aero MHP, that's Mary Henry Paul .com/COP, KAUP, aeromhp.com/COP.
Okay, and you'll see that on the screen here. Max, it's been a pleasure. We really appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you so much, Dave. I really appreciate it as well.
We've been talking today with Max Campbell of Aero, and this has been Supply Chain Short Takes.